Hey everyone, Amar here. So in this video we're going to be talking about the super conscious mind. So if you've been following along this series of Master Your Mind, this is where one of the milestones that we've been working toward, how to access this super conscious mind. If you're familiar with Joe Dispenza's work, this is something that I've kind of taken from him. He would call this a unified field of consciousness. And we all have access to it. However, some of us struggle to access it because the pull of the lower mind, like I've been talking about, is too strong, so we can't let go. Really, this super conscious mind is the 0 point field, as it would be called. It's where everything is born out of. It's a field of infinite possibilities, a field of energy, and anything that exists or has ever existed and will ever exist came out of this field, and we have access to it. We can access it through, I believe, through the higher mind, through the more evolved part of the human brain, the cortex, the neocortex, right? But we need to strengthen that, and that's what I've been talking about in the other videos. And when you strengthen that part of your brain, you can access this 0 point field, this super conscious mind where unlimited possibilities exist. According to Dispenza's work as well, when you gain access to this field, you start to improve your health. Your heart opens, you start to release neurochemicals, neurotransmitters, hormones that just help you become more healthy, right? You're more tuned into love, success, achievement, forgiveness, compassion, healing, whatever. Every single possibility that exists is there. Right? So understandably you can see why it's so important to reach this field, but the difficulty is gaining access to it. This is something that I spent a lot of time on, and really the way I found access to it was to conquer these lower emotions, this trauma, anxiety, whatever else you might have. Only that by doing that can you strengthen the higher mind enough to get access to this super conscious mind where everything is possible and everything exists, right? But like I say in other videos, for me it had to be earned. It's got to be earned. If everyone could do it, everyone would be there now. This is why most people are not there. So in this video I just want to share with you a couple of ideas for how you can get there. The first thing is you have to let go of everything that you are, right? I've actually drawn this on an image on my chart here. So here I've got a picture of you, right? And we have your name, gender, race, culture, body type, your job, your hobbies, everything that you're interested in, everything that you do. You essentially need to let go of it all, right? Because this field, this super conscious mind or 0 point field of consciousness it's just a field of energy, right? It's just a field of energy. You, as you're attached to all these labels, you become more solid. You're like matter, right? Matter is too solid to enter this field. You have to become energy to enter the field. Now, in order to become energy, you have to start to let go of everything that you think you are. And the reason why this is so difficult for so many people is because your lower mind, all the trauma, the anxieties, has such a strong pull that you can't let go of your suffering. You just can't let it go because it's programmed into your whole body emotionally, right? So you can try and think about entering this field of consciousness, but if your body is telling you to be afraid and your trauma is keeping you very much rooted in your past, you've got no chance, right? Pretty much. This is where I got stuck for so long. I just couldn't let go. It was only through doing these principles that I've been talking about, through strengthening my mind, was I able to overcome the lower mind and start to gain access to this field. Okay, so the battle is won here. You conquering yourself, okay, through, like I said, a lot of the philosophies I've been talking about, through conscious suffering, through continuously improving, taking full responsibility for your life, through intense self-discipline. Yeah, it's not easy, but this will strengthen your mind enough that you can let go of all of this stuff, right? It doesn't mean you're going to lose yourself, you're going to enter this field of consciousness and you're going to absolutely lose yourself. If you lost yourself completely, you'd be enlightened. And most people are not ready to go to that depth. Okay, what will happen is, as you enter this field of consciousness, a lot of your trauma and suffering will just gradually begin to dissolve away, because this is a field of unconditional love. If you feel unconditional love, you let go of everything, because unconditional love by its essence means it doesn't matter what you are, it doesn't matter what happened to you, what might happen, everything just is. Okay, so unconditional love is essentially present, and this field can only be experienced in the present. There's no thought here. If you think you're here and you're thinking about it, you're not here. There's no thought. It's just pure zero, pure nothingness. Okay, and this is where we're trying to get to. It's good to have a goal. It's good to know where we're going, even though when you get here, you're nowhere. The goal is to get nowhere. Okay, but in this place, you are going to improve your life in more ways than anything else that you can do, because you will have to let go of everything. And the more time you can spend here, the more you're going to start to wire your brain up. All the neurological hardware will begin to enrich itself, and new connections will be formed, so you can access it quicker. You can access it for longer periods of time. You can even begin to perceive it in your everyday life, because experience enriches the mind, right? So the more we can access this, the more we strengthen our mind, the more we begin to experience love and health and whatever else, all the good stuff of life in reality. Okay, so this is where we're trying to get to: unconditional love, the superconscious mind, which is the ultimate target point. But like I say, we need to let go of all of this stuff, all of your suffering, all of the lower mind stuff, all of that programming, and that can be done by following these 3 philosophies that I recently shared. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is something I'm going to be talking a lot more about. It's something that requires practice most days. I believe Joe Dispenza spends 2 hours every day trying to access this point. I don't know if he still needs to spend that long, because from my understanding, the more you get there, the easier it is to access it, because like I said, you start to change your brain. Okay, but you have to become nobody to get there, and that's scary for a lot of people. And even if you want to do it, your body may be keeping you trapped and stuck to your past. Okay, so something else I'm going to be sharing in the future is some trauma releasing exercises. Just very simple things that you can begin to do to begin to let go of the suffering and crap that's stuck energetically and emotionally in your body, so you can free yourself to enter the superconscious mind and really change your life. Okay, so that is everything I have to talk about in the video. Look out for follow-ups where I'm talking and expanding more about this. And look out for future videos where I'll be talking more about this. If you do want to see that, remember to subscribe and hit the bell notification. But until next time, keep living free and being free. Peace.